The details in this program are not comprehensive and should be supplemented with your owner's manual. All the details given here may not apply to your BMW due to equipment specifications offered on a particular model or optional equipment ordered with the car. In the interest of continuing technical development, BMW of North America Incorporated reserves the right to modify designs, equipment, and accessories. This audio program may be reproduced or copied only with the express written consent of BMW of North America Incorporated. Enjoying your new BMW to its fullest depends on both your car and you. Knowing exactly how your 5 Series operates and how to take advantage of its many comfort, convenience, security, and safety features will help you get the most out of your driving experience. This audio program will acquaint you with the major controls, features, and maintenance essentials of your 5 Series. It is designed to supplement your owner's portfolio, which contains more extensive details, specifications, and other helpful information. Review your portfolio contents now and keep it with your car so you can access the information it contains when the need arises.
You may listen to the entire program or select only the segments you are interested in. Using the printed table of contents as a guide, make your selection using the music search mode of the radio. Each segment is introduced by title, so you'll always know where you are in the program. To activate the search mode, press the right arrow key next to the M button and the tape will advance to the next section. To rewind the tape to the beginning, press the left arrow key twice. For your safety, please listen to the audio program with your car parked and never run your car in an enclosed area.
Segment 1. Getting Started. Your new BMW comes with 2 master keys that incorporate remote control transmitters, a spare key designed for wallet storage, and a door and ignition key without a remote control transmitter. Your car's passive anti-theft system makes it impossible to start the engine using any means other than these special keys. In the event of loss, your authorized BMW center can cancel the electronic system authorization for individual keys. A deactivated key can no longer be used to start the engine.
To start the engine, simply turn the ignition key to position 3 and release it immediately. Should the engine fail to start on the first attempt, press the accelerator pedal halfway down while engaging the starter. Once started, don't allow the engine to warm up while your car is parked. Instead, drive off immediately at a moderate speed.
Break-in procedure. Please observe the detailed break-in instructions that appear in your owner's manual. Remember that you should refrain from using full throttle for the first 1,200 miles, and that your tires need about 200 miles to achieve their optimum traction. Your brake system requires approximately 300 miles for the brake pads and rotors to achieve wear pattern necessary for trouble-free operation and long life.
Fuel. To refuel, turn the engine off and press the fuel filler door against its forward edge to open. Then, carefully open the filler cap and store it in the bracket located on the filler door during refueling. If your central locking system should fail, you can unlock the fuel filler door manually by pulling the handle in the luggage compartment.
Segment 2. Door locks and central locking system. Your 5 Series is equipped with a central locking system that engages and releases the locks on the doors, the trunk lid, and the fuel filler door. This system can be operated with the remote control from the driver's door or luggage compartment locks, or with the central locking switch inside the car on the center console. From the inside of the car, you can use the central locking switch to unlock all doors, the luggage compartment, and the fuel filler cap. To unlock the doors individually, Pull the door release handle above the armrest once to unlock the door, and again to open it. To lock the doors individually, press down on the door lock buttons. The driver's door lock will not engage while the door is open. Since children can lock the doors from the inside, always take the key with you when leaving the vehicle, so you can unlock the car from the outside at all times. To unlock the driver's door using the remote control, press the lower left button on the master key once. The central locking system will deactivate the security alarm and switch on the interior lamps. Press it a second time to unlock the remaining doors, the luggage compartment lock, and the fuel filler door. By maintaining pressure on this button, you can also use your remote control transmitter to open the electric power windows and the moonroof. To lock the car and arm the alarm system, press the round BMW button on the master key. Never lock an occupied vehicle from the outside, since it cannot then be unlocked from the inside. You can open the luggage compartment using the lower right button on the master key. This is also the panic button. By pressing and holding it down, you can set off the alarm instantly if the situation requires it. You can also turn the key in the driver's door lock to the left to unlock, and to the right to lock the door. Turn the key a second time to unlock or lock the other doors, the luggage compartment, and the fuel filler door. To lock the luggage compartment separately, turn the master key to the right until the slot is horizontal. Then remove the key from the lock. Segment 3. Alarm System. The alarm system of your 5 Series will respond when a door, the hood, or the trunk lid is opened, to motion within the interior, and to variations in the vehicle tilt sensor. In the event of unauthorized entry or other tampering, an alarm will sound for 30 seconds, accompanied by flashing high beams and warning flashers for 5 minutes. You arm and deactivate the system whenever you lock or unlock the car. An acoustical signal and a single cycle of the hazard flashers tell you that the system has been armed. The LED display also flashes when the system is armed. If it flashes as you are arming the system, the hood, trunk, or one or more of the doors are not completely shut. The LED goes out when you disarm the system. If it should flash for 10 seconds when you disarm the system, an attempted unauthorized entry has been detected since the system was armed. Segment 4. Window, seat, steering wheel, armrest, and mirror adjustments. One-touch electric power windows. With the ignition key in positions 1 or 2, depress the arrow buttons located on the driver's side armrest until you feel resistance. The window will continue moving as long as you maintain pressure on the button. To open or close the window automatically using the one-touch mode, press the button beyond the point of resistance. To stop the window at any point, press again. All 4 windows can be operated using these arrow buttons, and separate passenger window controls are located below the front passenger window and the rear windows. The safety switch located on the driver's armrest just below the arrow buttons can be used to deactivate the rear window power switches. Always press this switch whenever children ride in the back seat. For additional safety, a contact strip is integrated into the upper window frames. If this contact strip senses pressure while the window is being raised, the system will respond by stopping the window and then retracting it slightly. You can also operate the windows after the ignition has been switched off as long as neither of the front doors has been opened. Adjusting the seats. Your 10-way power seats are operated using the controls along the sides of the front seat cushions, next to the doors. From front to back, they control the cushion tilt angle, longitudinal adjustment, cushion height, backrest angle, and head restraint height. When adjusting your seat, choose a position that provides maximum distance between you and the steering wheel and door, but allows comfortable access to all controls and ensures that the seat belt is pressed firmly against your body.
Never try to adjust your seat while driving. If you have a 5 Series Sport Wagon, the rear seat is split into 2 sections for fold-down convenience. To fold down the rear seats, pull the latches located on the top of the rear seat backs and pull the seats forward. For information on optional seat heaters and the BMW Sports Seat, consult your owner's manual.
Steering wheel, armrest, and mirror adjustment. You can adjust your steering wheel in any of 4 directions by moving the control lever located on the left side of the steering column. Never adjust the steering wheel position while driving. Your BMW is equipped with power adjustable side view mirrors. The mirror adjustment switches are found above the window controls. The round switch on top controls 4 direction adjustments, and the switch directly below lets you select the right or left mirror for adjustment. Please be aware that the passenger side mirror has a greater convex curvature than the driver's side mirror, and objects reflected in the passenger side mirror are closer than they appear.
Seat, steering wheel, and mirror memory. You can store 3 different seat, steering wheel, and mirror positions. Turn the ignition key to position 1 or 2, then adjust the seat, steering wheel, or mirror to the desired position. Press the M button located on the door below the armrest, and an indicator light in the button will come on. Now press button 1, 2, or 3 next to the memory button, and the indicator light will go out. To select a stored setting, briefly press button 1, 2, or 3 with the driver's door open, or the ignition key in position 1. You can also select a stored setting with the driver's door closed and the ignition key either removed or in position 0 or 2 by maintaining pressure on the desired button until the adjustment is completed. Never call up memory adjustments while driving.
Segment 5. Safety belts and airbags. Safety belts. Always fasten your car's safety belts before starting off, and make sure all occupants are restrained whenever riding in the vehicle. When fastening the safety belt, make sure you hear the buckle engage. To unfasten, press the red button in the buckle and guide the belt back into its reel. The shoulder belt will automatically adjust for height and to provide the correct fit if you move the seat forward or back. The belt should rest as firmly as possible against your body and never route the belt across your neck. As an added safety feature, the safety belts on the front seats automatically tighten more securely in certain situations. Infants and small children must never be held in the lap of a passenger. They should be secured with a child restraint system appropriate for their age and size. Never install a child restraint device in the front passenger seat. The safety belts at all rear positions of your BMW feature a special locking mode that allow you to use the belts to secure a child restraint device. If your child restraint requires a tether strap, 3 fastening points are located on the rear shelf for attachment. Before installing a child restraint system, carefully read and follow the instructions that come with the system, as well as the important information in your owner's manual.
Airbags. Your BMW's supplemental restraint system consists of driver and front passenger airbags, a side impact head protection system, and front and rear side airbags. The indicator lamp located on the bottom right of the instrument cluster shows that the system is operational by coming on briefly and then going out. If the indicator lamp does not come on or comes back on after going out, a system malfunction is possible. In this case, have your BMW center inspect and repair the system as soon as possible.
Airbags are not designed to replace your seat belts, but rather to maximize the protection of the driver and passengers in the event of a serious frontal or side impact accident. In fact, airbags can cause serious injury to unbuckled occupants, as well as small children sitting in the front passenger seat. The rear seat is the safest place for a child to be secured. To ensure proper passive restraint system operation and the safety of you and your passengers, please read and follow the important guidelines and airbag warning information found in your owner's manual and on the sun visors. Segment 6. Transmission and parking brake. If you have selected automatic transmission, you'll find it equipped with a highly versatile 4-speed automatic transmission in the 528i and a 5-speed automatic transmission in the 540i. Both are electronically managed by an adaptive transmission control system, or ATC, that adapts to your driving style, road conditions, and the operating environment. ATC recognizes the type of driving you prefer and chooses the driving mode best suited to your needs. Your transmission also has a kick-down feature that allows you to accelerate quickly for passing. Pressing the accelerator past its full throttle position will activate this feature, and the transmission will automatically shift into a lower gear for maximum acceleration. To shift out of P or park, step on the foot brake and press the button on the front side of the shift handle. Now you can move the shift handle to the desired position. The switch to the left of the shift handle allows you to choose your shift program. A for adaptive transmission control is the position the transmission automatically selects at every start. With the shift handle in D, drive, all forward gears are available, and the adaptive transmission control is fully operational. When the gear selector is placed in positions 4, 3, or 2, these gears become the highest gears into which the transmission will switch, and ATC will be restricted to the available gears. If your BMW 5 Series is a sport wagon, it is equipped with a Steptronic transmission for sport shifting. This feature lets you shift manually anytime your car is in drive. To switch from automatic to sport mode, move the shift handle from the D position to the left. As soon as you move the shift handle in the plus or minus direction, the Steptronic transmission changes to manual mode for manual shifting. To return to automatic mode, move the shift handle back to the D position. Parking brake. To engage the parking brake, pull up on the lever located in the center console. The lever catches automatically, and the brake indicator in the instrument panel will light when the ignition is turned to position 2. To release the parking brake, pull up on the lever, press the release button, and then lower the lever. If your 5 Series is equipped with manual transmission, be sure to engage the parking brake when your car is parked on a slope. Segment 7. Cockpit Layout. The cockpit of your 5 Series has been engineered to put well-designed gauges and controls at your fingertips. Let's take a brief tour of these controls to make sure you know where they are and what they do.
Instrument cluster. The instrument cluster located on the dashboard behind the steering wheel provides critical information about your car's operational status. It is important that you understand all the information available through the instrument cluster. Your owner's manual will explain all functions in detail, but take a moment now to familiarize yourself with the instrument cluster layout.
Many of the systems of your BMW monitor themselves automatically, and an array of indicator and warning lights in the instrument cluster let you see their status at a glance. Starting with the bottom left, you'll see the indicator and warning lamps for your fog lamps, battery charge current, engine oil pressure, and emissions. Moving to the right, you'll find the check control display, which is either graphic or alphanumeric depending on your car's equipment. The graphic check control alerts you to check for open doors or headlamp, brake lamp, or tail lamp malfunctions. The alert, accompanied by a gong, will continue until the malfunctions have been corrected. The alphanumeric check control displays text messages that alert you to system malfunctions. The system classifies malfunctions by assigning them one of 2 priority ratings. Priority 1 malfunctions are immediately indicated by a gong and a flashing warning symbol on both ends of the display. Simultaneous malfunctions will be displayed consecutively, and these status reports will remain in the display until the malfunctions are rectified. Check brake fluid, stop oil pressure, and coolant temperature are examples of Priority 1 malfunction messages. Priority 2 malfunctions are displayed for 20 seconds when the ignition key is turned to position 2. The warning symbols remain after the message disappears, and you can view the message again by pressing the check button above and to the right of the check control display. Trunk lid open and fasten seat belts are typical Priority 2 messages. Carefully check your owner's manual for a complete explanation of the check control display. Directly above the alphanumeric check control display are displays for the odometer, trip odometer, and outside temperature. If you have a graphic check control display, the odometers and outside temperature display are located to the right of the pictogram. The selector and program display for the automatic transmission is located to the right of the check control display. The service interval display, which tells you when scheduled maintenance or inspections are due, is located to the left of the alphanumeric check control display, or beneath the automatic transmission display if you have a graphic check control display.
On the far right of the bottom row are indicator and warning lamps for the parking brake and hydraulic brake system, ABS, airbags, safety belts, and cruise control. Above this row, starting from the left, are
the round fuel gauge and low fuel warning lamp, the trip odometer reset button, the left turn signal arrow indicator, the speedometer, the high beam indicator, the tachometer and energy control, the check button, the right turn arrow indicator, and the coolant temperature gauge. Finally, between the speedometer and the odometer and just above the lower row is the indicator for the optional dynamic stability control. To the left of the instrument cluster, you'll find the round headlamp switch that operates your headlamps and parking lamps. Next to the headlamp switch is the instrument panel rheostat, which adjusts the illumination intensity of the instrument cluster. The turn signal lever to the left of the steering wheel also operates the high beams and the headlamp flasher. To operate the turn signals, move the stalk up for a right turn signal and down for a left signal. To engage the high beams, push the stalk away from you and pull it toward you to switch on the headlamp flasher. The lever below the turn signal stalk controls the steering wheel position.
to the right of the steering wheel, you'll find the rotary fog lamp on-off switch. When the fog lamps are on, a green indicator lamp appears in the instrument cluster. If the high beams are switched on, the fog lamps will go out.
The wiper washer lever is located on the right side of the steering wheel. With the lever in its off position, the windshield wipers are partially hidden behind the hood. Move the lever upward for intermittent wipe. You can use the rotary dial embedded in the lever to select 4 wipe intervals, and the wipe interval will adapt as you change road speed. Move the lever up to the next position for normal wiper speed. When the car is stationary, the wipers will switch automatically to intermittent wipe. Move the lever to the top position for fast wiper speed. When the car is stationary, the wipers will operate at normal speed. To wipe briefly, pull the lever all the way down. Pull the lever toward you to activate the automatic windshield washer. If you pull the lever toward you briefly, the system will spray the windshield and activate the wiper only long enough to wipe away the washer fluid.
If you have a 5 Series Sport Wagon, push the lever forward to activate the rear window wiper. To activate the rear window washer, push the lever forward all the way and hold. If you push it forward briefly and release, the system will spray the rear window and activate the wiper only long enough to wipe away the washer fluid. Hazard warning flashers. The hazard warning flasher control is located in the center console next to the central locking switch. This button will flash when the hazard flashers are on. Please note that the turn signals will override the hazard flashers. If the turn signal is activated while the hazard flashers are on, the turn signal will come on. The hazard flashers will resume when the turn signal lever is returned to its initial position.
Moonroof. If your BMW is equipped with the optional moonroof, the control is located on the overhead panel above the rear view mirror. To lift the moonroof, turn the ignition key to position 1 or 2 and press the switch until you feel resistance. To open it, slide the switch back, and to close it, slide the switch forward. For automatic opening and closing, press the control switch past the point of resistance and release. To avoid drafts and pressure variations within the passenger compartment, keep the ventilation outlets open when the moonroof is open. You can still operate the moonroof after the ignition has been switched off as long as neither of the front doors has been opened. The moonroof can also be operated with a remote control and through the driver's door lock.
Interior lamps. Also located on the overhead panel are the controls for interior lamps and reading lamps. The center button near the bottom of the panel controls the interior lamps. If you want the interior lamps to remain off continuously, maintain pressure on this button for 3 seconds, then release. Press briefly to return to normal operation. The front and rear reading lamps are operated using buttons next to the individual lamps. All vehicle lamps automatically switch off approximately 15 minutes after the ignition is returned to position 0.
Optional BMW universal transmitter. Located above the interior lamp control buttons, the optional universal transmitter is an innovative feature of your 5 Series that lets you replace up to 3 handheld transmitters, such as garage door or gate openers, with a single device. With the available accessory package, the universal transmitter can also control home or office lighting and security systems. Consult your owner's manual for the 5-step programming procedure. Once programmed, simply press the appropriate button on the universal transmitter and the red light comes on as the signal is transmitted.
Follow Me Home lighting. Your 5 Series features Follow Me Home lighting. Once programmed by your BMW center, the interior lights and low beams will come on for 2 minutes after the engine has been turned off. To activate the Follow Me Home feature, pull the turn signal lever toward you after turning the car off.
Personalized car memory. Your BMW center can personalize the central locking, interior, and exterior lighting, including daytime running lights and Follow Me Home lighting, seat and steering wheel positions, and climate control settings to meet the needs of individual drivers of your car. When the car is unlocked with a master key, the vehicle recognizes the preferences set by that person's key and makes adjustments accordingly. You can have up to 4 basic settings for 4 different people, as long as each person uses his or her remote control master key. Segment 8. Multifunction steering wheel.
The multifunction steering wheel allows you to operate a number of accessories both safely and quickly without taking your eyes from the road. These controls are active only when the corresponding systems are switched on. The 3 top buttons on the right side of the steering wheel operate the automatic cruise control. Below the cruise control buttons, you'll find the on-off button for the steering wheel heater. On the left side, the bottom button activates and deactivates your cellular phone. The next button above lets you select radio or phone, and the buttons above that control radio or phone scanning and volume. The entire interior surface of the steering wheel controls the horn.
If you have a sport wagon, the top 2 buttons on the right side of the steering wheel operate cruise control. The left side of the top button activates a stored setting, and the right side activates and deactivates cruise control. The button below controls acceleration and deceleration. The bottom button on the right side of the steering wheel lets you select radio or telephone. The top 2 buttons on the left side of the steering wheel control radio or telephone scanning and volume, and the bottom button activates and deactivates the telephone. Cruise control. You can store and automatically maintain any desired vehicle speed above approximately 20 miles per hour. To activate the system, press the square button on the lower right of the steering wheel, just above the recirculated air button. Once you have achieved your desired speed, press the plus button briefly. You can now take your foot off the accelerator and the system will maintain your current speed. You can accelerate or decelerate in small increments by tapping the plus and minus buttons on the steering wheel. You can also accelerate or decelerate by maintaining pressure on the button. When you release the button, the system records and maintains the current speed. In addition to the on-off button, the system is deactivated when you apply pressure to the brake pedal or when you shift from drive to neutral. If you exceed the programmed speed by more than 10 miles per hour for 30 seconds, the system will also switch off. To resume the last speed stored in the system's memory, press the top button on the right side of the steering wheel. Segment 9. Multi-information display. The multi-information display serves as the central control and display unit for your digital clock, sound system, onboard computer, and BMW cellular phone. It is located just above the climate control panel, below the sound system controls. Your vehicle owner's manual and the owner's manuals for your sound system and telephone contain detailed information on the operation of systems controlled by the multi-information display. Here's an overview of these systems for your convenience.
Digital clock. You can use the digital clock to request the time and date, program an hourly reminder signal, and control parked car ventilation. It can also be used as a stopwatch. To display the date and time, press the digital clock function key on the lower right side of the multi-information display. If the ignition key is in position 0 or removed, the time will appear for a few seconds. From ignition key position 1, the time is displayed indefinitely. To display the date with the time activated, press the date key. You can change from a 12 or 24-hour time scale by pressing the clock function key followed by the 12 or 24-hour key. When you select 12-hour mode, AM or PM will appear in the display. To reset the time, press the clock function key twice and then press the set key. The dots in the display will flash. Now press the hour and minute keys to enter the new time and press the set key. To reset the date, press the clock function key twice, followed by the date key. Now press set and the word date appears and the dots in the display will flash. Reset the date by pressing the month, day, and year keys and press set to save the entry.
When used as a stopwatch, the digital clock can record elapsed times of up to 99 hours and 59 minutes. To select stopwatch mode, press the clock function key twice, followed by the stopwatch key. Now press the set key. The clock symbol will light up and the elapsed time will start to run in the display. To stop timing, press the set key again. You can access other functions while the stopwatch is running. To access elapsed time when other information is in the display, press the set key, select clock mode, and press the stopwatch key. The clock symbol will flash and elapsed time will appear in the display while the stopwatch continues to record elapsed time. To stop timing when other information appears in the display, press set, select clock mode, and press the stopwatch key. To program a reminder signal, press the clock function key and then press the memo on-off key to activate or deactivate the hourly signal. When memo on is active, a tone symbol appears in the display and an acoustic signal will sound 15 minutes before each hour.
Parked car ventilation. For your comfort, you can pre-select 2 different activation times for parked car ventilation. To enter the first activation time, press the clock function key, followed by the timer key. Press set, and the word Timer 1 appears in the display. Now, use the hours and minutes keys to enter the time and confirm your entry with the set key. To enter the second activation time, press the Timer 2 key and proceed as before. When active, the light to the right of the BC key comes on and an asterisk appears next to the time in the display. During ventilation, the light flashes and Vent Off appears in the display. To switch off the ventilation, press the key adjacent to the Vent Off display.
Onboard computer. Your onboard computer allows you to select display data for safe and economical driving. By using the BC key, you can display average speed and fuel consumption, estimated cruising range, the distance remaining to your destination, and the time of arrival. The OBC can also deliver a speed warning when a predetermined threshold is met, and it can be used to provide supplementary protection against unauthorized attempts to start the engine or tamper with the vehicle. For your safety, always enter data into the OBC with the car stationary. The OBC will start its calculations as soon as the car starts to move.
Average fuel consumption. The computer can calculate average fuel consumption rates for 2 different distances at the same time. For example, you may want to know the average fuel consumption for an entire journey, along with the fuel consumption for a specific portion of it. To start the calculation for distance 1, press the BC key, followed by the Set and Consumption 1 keys. For distance 2, follow the same procedure, but press the Consumption 2 key instead. To request data, press BC, followed by Consumption 1 or 2. Your average fuel consumption will appear in the display.
Cruising range. The computer can also calculate the estimated travel range available with the remaining fuel, based on the amount of fuel in the tank and the average rate of fuel consumption over the last 18 miles. To call up your estimated cruising range, press BC followed by the range key.
Average speed. To start calculating your average speed, press BC, Set, and the Speed key. By pressing BC and that Speed key again, the display will show your average speed since the last time the Set key was pressed. Calculations are interrupted whenever you shut down the engine.
Distance remaining to destination and time of arrival. To display the distance remaining to your destination, you first have to enter the total distance to your destination by pressing BC, Set, and the distance key. With miles flashing in the display, use the numeric keys to enter the total miles and confirm your entry by pressing Set. If you make a mistake, use the Clear key to make corrections. Now you can display the distance to your destination any time during your trip by pressing BC and the distance key. To display your estimated arrival time, press BC and then the Arrive key. This will work only if you enter the total miles to your destination at the start of the trip.
Speed warning. You can enter a speed warning activation threshold that will alert you when you exceed that speed. Press BC, Set, and the Limit key, and MPH will flash in the display. Use the numeric keys to enter the speed warning threshold, and press Set to save. Now, when you reach that threshold, an acoustic signal will sound. Limit will flash in the multi-information display, and the stored limit will appear in the instrument cluster check control display for a few seconds. The warning ends when your speed drops back to 3 miles per hour below the threshold. To deactivate the speed warning, press BC and then press the Limit key twice.
Code. You can choose and enter a code that will ensure the engine will not start until that code is entered again with the ignition in position 1. After it is entered, the code remains valid until the next time the engine is started. To input a code, press BC and the code key. Now use the numeric keys to enter a 4-digit code, then press Set and remove the ignition key or turn it to position 0. This code must be re-entered before the car will start. A gong will sound when the key is turned to position 1 or 2 and the word code will appear in the display. Use the numeric keys to enter the same code and press Set to confirm. The time will automatically appear in the display when you enter the correct code. 3 incorrect tries will cause the alarm to sound for 30 seconds.
Remote control. Several values from the onboard computer can be displayed on the instrument panel by selecting them with the turn signal lever. Push the switch on the turn signal lever towards the steering column until Program 1 appears on the screen, and then press the buttons on the multi-information display in the sequence you want the information to be displayed. Now press Set. To display all the data, press Set after Program 1 appears. To retrieve data, apply brief pressure to the switch on the turn signal lever for each display. We hope this program is providing you with the kind of information you need to get acquainted with your new 5 Series as quickly as possible. Remember, in your owner's portfolio, you'll find a number of helpful booklets, including your owner's manual, that contain important information to help you take full advantage of the many features BMW offers. To continue with this audio program, switch to side 2.
Segment 10. Radio, cassette, CD, and DSP sound system. Overview of basic controls and functions. Your 5 Series is equipped with an anti-theft stereo audio system with Dolby B&C noise reduction, auto store, a 10-channel amplifier, and 10 speakers. The radio controls surround the multi-information display. Press the rotary knob or the audio button to switch the radio on and off, and turn the rotary knob to adjust the volume of the radio, cassette, CD, and hands-free operation of the telephone. Treble, bass, fader, and balance controls are located on either side of the cassette tape slot. You can look for a specific radio station in a number of ways. First, press the right or left side of the AM/FM key to select a waveband. For manual tuning, press the M button and then use the arrow keys on either side of the M button to scroll through the stations until the desired station is reached. For scanning, press the SC key. Stations with a strong signal will play briefly one after the other. To select a station, press the SC key again.
The numbered keys are used to store stations in memory. You can store 18 FM and 12 AM stations by selecting a station and then pressing the desired number key until you hear the station again after a brief interruption. Memory positions are displayed 6 at a time. Press the FM or AM key again to bring up the next set of 6 memory positions. You can also automatically store the 6 most powerful station signals on the FMA waveband by using the Auto Store function. To activate Auto Store, press the FM or AM key until Auto Store is displayed. To interrupt Auto Store, press one of the numbered keys before the sequence is completed. Once complete, any stations you may have stored in memory positions A1 through A6 will no longer be available.
Cassette. To listen to a cassette, turn the radio on and slide a cassette into the slot. If there is already a tape in the slot, press the right side of the tape key. Tape A or tape B will appear in the display. To change tracks, press the side key. To fast forward or rewind, press the M button followed by either arrow key, or press the arrow key twice. As soon as one side of the cassette is finished, the unit switches to the other side automatically. You can also go directly to the next title on the cassette by pressing the left or right arrow key. To eject the tape, press the arrow button next to the tape slot.
CD player. The optional CD player is operated using the same basic commands as the cassette. To select CD mode, press the CD key and the CD will play, starting at the point at which it was last interrupted. You can switch between tracks using the arrow keys, and you can fast forward or reverse by holding them down.
The optional CD changer is located in the trunk. To load the CD changer, first remove the CD magazine by sliding the front flap of the CD changer to the right and pressing the button on the left side of the changer. To fill the magazine, just insert CDs into the compartments in the magazine. These compartments have numbers that correspond to the CD selector keys on the multi-information display. Now slide the flap on the changer to the right, push the magazine in as far as it will go, and close the flap. To select a CD, press the desired number key. Operation from the multi-function steering wheel. You can select sound system functions without removing your hands from the steering wheel. On the left side of the steering wheel, use the plus and minus buttons for volume control and the arrow buttons to change to the next station or title.
Optional DSP sound system. If you have chosen the dynamic sound processing option for your 5 Series, you will enjoy 3 pre-programmed listening environments, and you can custom tailor and store 2 additional personal sound preferences. To activate DSP, press the right side of the Audio DSP key. The DSP and the DSP settings will appear in the display. DSP operates only when the sound system is on. To select a program, press the key for Concert Hall, Jazz Club, Cathedral, or the 2 user-defined programs in Memory 1 and Memory 2. To program a user-defined setting, press one of the memory keys and then press Set. Now choose Echo, Room Size, or Equalizer by pressing the corresponding key, and adjust the setting using the plus and minus key. As you change the settings, the sound system instantly incorporates your entries and stores the new settings.
Segment 11. BMW Cellular Phone. It is very important to carefully review all the instructions contained in your owner's manual concerning the operation and features of your optional BMW cellular telephone system. Mobile communications devices not specifically designed for use in our car may trigger malfunctions in other systems. Do not use a cellular telephone or other device with an antenna located inside the car. An antenna should always be fitted on the outside of the vehicle. The multi-information display allows fast and convenient phone control by providing direct access to top 8 dialing, name dialing, fast dial codes, manual dialing with numeric entry, and a notebook function. To activate the phone, select Phone Mode by pressing the telephone key.
The owner's manual for your specific phone contains complete information on hands-free calling, programming, storing and recalling numbers and names, auxiliary features, and advanced functions controlled through the multi-information display. Your multifunction steering wheel can also be used to access the hands-free features of your BMW cellular telephone system. The bottom button on the left side of the steering wheel allows you to start and terminate a call. The button above lets you switch between radio and phone mode. When in the phone mode, the arrow buttons and the plus/minus volume buttons are switched to the telephone function, and you can use the arrow buttons to scroll through your directory until you find the number you want. Now, press the bottom button to place the call. Segment 12. Automatic Climate Control. Your 5 Series has separate temperature controls for both the driver and the front seat passenger. Numerous, individually adjustable ventilation outlets are conveniently provided to ensure comfortable, draft-free air distribution. The system features a microfilter and an activated charcoal filter to remove impurities from the incoming air.
Carefully reviewing the owner's manual will enable you to create the most comfortable interior climate regardless of the season. Here is a brief overview of the automatic climate control functions, which are found on the center panel below the multi-information display. The air distribution buttons are located on the left side of the panel. When you press the Auto button, the system automatically adjusts the air distribution patterns and adapts airflow temperatures to compensate for external influences. You can cancel automatic air distribution and select your own air distribution pattern by pressing one of the buttons above Auto. The arrow buttons control the temperature for both the driver and the front seat passenger. Both driver and passenger side temperature and airflow are displayed in the center of the panel. To the right of the display, you'll find the Rapid Defrost button for removing ice and condensation from the windshield and windows, the air conditioner button, the recirculated air control, and the rear window defroster button. When in recirculated air mode, you can respond to unpleasant odors outside the car by suspending the flow of outside air and recirculating the air inside the car. You can also use the button on the lower right side of the steering wheel to access this function. Your climate control system also uses heat stored in the engine to continue heating the interior after you switch off the ignition. The Rest button below the display activates this function. Finally, you can control the blower speed using the plus and minus buttons next to the Rest button. When you adjust the airflow, your selection appears in the display. If you press the minus button when the blower is operating at minimum speed, the blower, heater, and air conditioner will deactivate. You can reactivate the system by selecting any climate control function. Segment 13. Optional Dynamic Stability Control and Park Distance Control. Located in the center instrument panel below the climate controls of your 5 Series, you'll see a row of buttons that activate the optional Dynamic Stability Control, or DSC, and the optional Park Distance Control. The DSC regulates the drive torque to improve operating stability. It is activated automatically when the car is started. It can be deactivated and reactivated by pressing the button marked DSC. The optional park distance control assists you when backing into a parking space by monitoring the distance between your car and the nearest object. When approaching an object, a high-pitched tone for the front and a lower-pitched tone for the rear will sound. The intervals between tones will become faster the closer the car is to the object. A continuous tone indicates the presence of an object less than 1 foot away. The system operates automatically when you select reverse. The button marked PDC manually activates and deactivates the system.
Optional seat heaters and roller sunshade. On either side of this row of controls, you'll see buttons for the front seat heaters. Press the buttons to activate and deactivate the heaters, and use the rotary dials to select the desired heating level. The button for the optional roller sunshade is located next to the right seat heater button. To deploy or raise the sun blind, press the button with the ignition key in position 1 or 2.
Segment 14. Luggage compartment. Only the master keys fit the lock on the luggage compartment. Instructions for locking and unlocking the luggage compartment can be heard in the segment entitled Door Locks and Central Locking System. If the luggage compartment has not been locked separately, you can use the release button inside the car in the driver's footwell to open it whenever the vehicle is stationary. In the event of an electrical failure, you can open the luggage compartment by inserting the master key in the lock and turning all the way to the left. Always make sure that the luggage compartment lid contact surfaces are clear and unobstructed before closing. Segment 15. Vehicle warranty, maintenance, and care.
In your owner's portfolio, you'll find the combined service warranty booklet. Part 1 of the booklet deals with service requirements and inspections. It details BMW's unique maintenance and diagnostic system, including the service indicator and what it communicates to you and the BMW technicians. Under each service and inspection, you'll find the detailed list of operations that are required for that particular visit. To assure you that every visit has both purpose and lasting value, all systems are thoroughly checked, from fluid levels to brakes, tire pressure to electrical equipment. Recognizing that your time is precious, BMW also makes the most of each scheduled service visit by incorporating other required inspections such as emission control into the schedule. Part 2 of the booklet contains important warranty information, including a summary of each warranty and its terms.
Your 5 Series carries a new vehicle bumper-to-bumper limited warranty. It states that your BMW will be free of defects in material or workmanship for a 4-year or 50,000-mile period, whichever comes first. As an extra measure of service and convenience for you, the 3-year, 36,000-mile scheduled maintenance program is now standard on all new BMWs. The scheduled maintenance program covers the factory-recommended scheduled maintenance of your vehicle. Coverage includes the recommended maintenance as outlined in the service warranty booklet. The scheduled maintenance program may be upgraded to 4 years, 50,000 miles, or to the optional full maintenance program at the customer's expense. The full maintenance program is offered at 3 years, 36,000 miles, or 4 years, 50,000 miles. It covers all the scheduled maintenance, plus it offers the added benefit of additional coverage of wear and tear items. Both upgrades may be purchased at the time of sale or during the first year or first 10,000 miles of operation, whichever comes first. For specific details about the coverage these programs offer, see your authorized BMW center. BMW uses advanced technology to calculate optimal maintenance intervals, which are then indicated on the service interval display. This system does not rely on mileage alone, but also monitors operating conditions, how and where you drive, to determine service intervals.
Changing tires. The spare wheel, jack, and lug cover adapter are located in the luggage compartment under the floor mat. The lug wrench, screwdriver, and an alignment tool are found in the onboard toolkit attached to the underside of the trunk lid or the inside of the tailgate on the sport wagon. In the unlikely event of a flat tire, your first option should be to call BMW Roadside Assistance, which is explained in the next segment of this tape program. If you choose to change the tire yourself, follow these precautions before changing the tire.
Stop the car on a level surface as far as possible from passing traffic and switch on your hazard flashers. Turn the steering wheel to the straight-ahead position, remove the key, engage the steering wheel lock, and shift into park, or into reverse or first gear if you have a manual transmission. Be sure to set the parking brake before leaving the car. With all passengers a safe distance away, set up the warning triangle or warning lamp if available. Follow the detailed instructions in your owner's manual for changing the tire.
Opening and closing the hood. To open the hood, pull the lever located under the left side of the instrument panel to unlock it. Then pull the release handle in the right front grille to open. Always switch off the engine and allow it to cool before working in the engine compartment, and disconnect the battery before working on any electronic components. If you are not appropriately skilled, please have service operations performed by your authorized BMW center.
Tire inflation pressure. Recommended tire inflation pressures are listed on a sticker located on the B pillar behind the driver's door, as well as in your owner's manual. These inflation pressures apply to tires from BMW-approved manufacturers, and higher pressures may be specified for tires from other manufacturers. Your owner's manual also contains a list of approved tires for your 5 Series. Check inflation pressures at least every 2 weeks and before beginning a long trip. Incorrect tire pressure can lead to tire damage and accidents.
Battery. The battery is located in the luggage compartment behind the right-hand side trim panel. To access the battery, grasp the handle in the upper panel and fold down. Your battery is maintenance-free, meaning that the electrolyte will normally last for the life of the battery. Never disconnect the cable from the battery terminal while the battery is running. The resulting voltage surge will destroy your car's electrical systems. If the car has to be jump-started, we suggest you call BMW Roadside Assistance. If you decide to jump-start the car yourself, be sure to follow the rules for jump-starting contained in the owner's manual.
Brakes. Maximum braking force is achieved while the wheels continue to rotate, peaking when the wheels are on the verge of locking. Anti-lock brakes maintain this state automatically. If the anti-lock brakes fail, you should revert to a staggered braking technique. Engine braking can be enhanced even more by moving the gear selector to position 2 or 3. Never coast with the transmission in neutral or with the engine shut off. Your disc brakes provide maximum braking control and fade resistance during heavy use. If your car is driven infrequently or not used at all for extended periods, there is an increased tendency for corrosion of the brake rotors and an accumulation of contaminants on the brake pads. If the brake rotors are corroded, you will notice a pulsating effect while braking. If the brake warning lamp in the instrument cluster illuminates, the brake fluid is too low. Proceed to the nearest BMW center and adapt your driving accordingly. If the brake pad warning comes on, the brake pads have reached their minimum thickness and should be replaced immediately.
Anti-lock brake system. ABS enhances safety by helping to prevent the wheels from locking during braking. When the front wheels lock, the driver loses steering control, and traction loss at the rear wheels can cause an uncontrolled skid. Your BMW's anti-lock braking system can achieve the shortest braking distance possible under most conditions while providing vehicle stability and maintaining steering control on all types of road surfaces. The system becomes operational when the vehicle exceeds a speed of 6 miles per hour. If you are in a situation that requires full braking, like a panic stop, the full benefit of the anti-lock brake system comes into play. Since your car will maintain steering responsiveness, you can avoid possible obstacles with a minimum of steering effort. In driving conditions where there is a loose upper surface over a subsurface that provides better traction, such as a gravel or snow-covered road, your braking distance with ABS may be longer than when the wheels are locked, but ABS will continue to provide better steering and stability under these conditions.
In the event of a problem with your anti-lock brake system, the ABS warning lamp in the instrument cluster will illuminate and the brake system will revert to conventional operation. In this event, refer the problem to your BMW center as soon as possible. For your safety and the safety of your passengers, remember that not even anti-lock brakes can suspend the laws of physics. Never allow the added safety of anti-lock brakes to lull you into a false sense of security, since ABS can't prevent the consequences of aquaplaning, exceeding the speed limit around curves, or following too close behind another vehicle. Responsibility for these types of situations remains in your hands, with or without anti-lock brakes. Segment 16, BMW Roadside Assistance Program.
The unique BMW Roadside Assistance Program provides the driver with fast, convenient on-site service and free towing in case of an emergency. When you need emergency service, run out of gas, or have a flat tire, roadside assistance is there, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All you have to do is call 1-800-332-4BMW. This number can be found on the program identification card in your new owner portfolio or on the trunk label. Just show your card, and in most cases you can simply sign for services and be on your way. Our roadside assistance program is provided free of charge to all new owners who buy their BMW from an authorized BMW center in the United States. It lasts as long as the original new vehicle bumper-to-bumper limited warranty is in effect. The Roadside Assistance Program reinforces our commitment to the BMW driving experience.
Everything you need to know about this special program is contained in the BMW Roadside Assistance Manual, including information on the optional Extended Service Program, which offers continued roadside assistance coverage after the new vehicle limited warranty expires. Services provided by Cross Country Motor Club Incorporated, Boston, Massachusetts, except in Alaska, California, Hawaii, Oregon, Wisconsin, and Wyoming, where services are provided by Cross Country Motor Club of California Incorporated, Boston, Massachusetts. The BMW Roadside Assistance Program is not a warranty and does not affect your rights under the BMW North America Limited New Vehicle Warranty.
This program, like your owner's manual, is an accessible source of information for easy reference. We hope it has been helpful in guiding you through the many features and functions of your new BMW 5 Series automobile. It is just part of BMW's commitment to you and to making the BMW experience the best it can be.
This music selection has been chosen for your enjoyment. Listen to the sound through the multiple speaker system. Use the tone setting controls to adjust the bass and treble for your personal listening pleasure.